So recently I've been watching some of S2G's FC25 career mode videos, and I saw a thumbnail that really stood out. Super clean, great color, everything just worked, and I thought, what if I tried to remake that? Same style, same vibe, but from scratch, step by step. I wanted to see if I could pull it off, not just as a copy, but to really understand how it's built and what makes it work. It's easy to look at a thumbnail and think it's simple, but when you try to recreate it, you start to notice all the small details that actually make it pop. So in this video, I'm breaking down how I did it, from the background to the player cutouts, text, lighting, effects, all of it. I'll show you the exact steps I took and how I tried to match that S2G style as closely as possible. If this helps you out, or you just find it interesting to watch the process, make sure to let me know by dropping a like, and if you're new, subscribe. There's plenty more where this came from. First off, I used an app called Upscale to upscale the image of Lamine Yamal. It's completely free, and the best part is it runs off your own computer's hardware, so it doesn't rely on cloud processing or anything. I also did the same for Pedri's image. Next, we're gonna head into Photoshop and create a new project. The canvas size is gonna be 1,280, 720 pixels. Don't worry about the rest of the settings, but if you would like to achieve a similar effect to mine, you can use the same settings as me. To start with, I imported my background image. I used a simple image of the Camp Nou Stadium in Barcelona. After I resized the image, I realized the image had a watermark in the bottom left. To remove it, I used the Remove tool. When using the Remove tool, I also made sure that the layer is rasterized, or else I wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Then, I added the missing parts of the image with content-aware fill. To select the desired fill, I used the Select tool. Make sure you hold Shift when making the second selection, as not doing so will remove the first one. I also decided to remove the pitch lines from the pitch. Next, I added a hue, saturation layer to increase the saturation of the image. I made sure not to put the saturation setting too high so that I don't get an oversaturated effect, which makes the image look bad. I realized that in S2G's thumbnail, there was more grass visible than in my image. To fix that, I just resized my image so that the grass can take up more space in the canvas. I also decided to add a lens blur to the background, as it is in the original thumbnail. After that, I started to import the images of the players. Before resizing, I made sure to turn the layer into a smart object. This will come in useful when I'll be removing the background. Double-click on the layer to open it in a new tab. Here, I use the Select Subject tool to select just the player cutout. To improve the selection, open Select and Mask to get more advanced selection settings and tools. In here, I use the Hair Selection tool to fix the missing hairs in the cutout. Make sure the brush size isn't too big, as it can remove more than you would like to remove. When I was done, I clicked Ctrl+S to save the smart object. As you can see, the effect also applies in the main project. I did to do the same steps with Pedri's image. Now, I got started with the team selection box behind the players. To begin, I created a white square. I also rounded the corners to make it look like the original. Next, I duplicated the square, resized it, and moved it higher up. After, I added the Barcelona badge to the thumbnail. Here, you can use Alt plus Shift to resize the badge in. I also added the La Liga logo to the top gray bar. To make it white, I used the hue saturation window to turn the lightness to 100. I decided to switch the players around as they were covering too much of the badge. Then, I added the selection arrows by creating a triangle and duplicating it. I also added the Barcelona text above the badge. The fonts used in this tutorial will also be free to download in the description. I then added the color correction. I recommend this video from Remade S2G's if you want to learn how to do it. I will link this video in the description. However, if you would like me to make one for my style, then let me know in the comments. When I was finished with the color correction, I added a glow behind the players. This helps add some dynamism and adds even more contrast to the thumbnail. To make the glow fit in, I added an inner glow to both players by duplicating the cutout, adding an inner glow, and then rasterizing. Erase the glow from the areas you don't want the glow to be on. Use these settings for the best effect. To make the thumbnail pop even more, I added some colors to the background. I did this by adding a new layer with the linear dodge Add Blending mode and simply painting over with the desired color. This effect, in my opinion, makes the thumbnail stand out. Finally, I added the main text of the thumbnail. I wasn't sure what font S2G used in his thumbnail, so I decided to use the Sharp Grotesque font. It's not the same, but it gives off a similar look. If you would like to achieve the same text effect, copy these settings. You can also just copy them after downloading the PSD file. To add the glow on top of the text, I added a new solid color layer and changed it into the linear dodge blending mode. Then I just painted over the mask in the places I wanted the glow to be. If the glow is too bright for your liking, you can lower the opacity or even change the blending mode. For the final touch, I merged the layers and added a camera raw filter. I also added a border effect by cropping the merged layer and adding an inner shadow. So yeah, that's how I built this thumbnail from the ground up using the same style S2G uses, but rebuilt step by step with my own spin on it. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have any questions regarding this video, put them in the comments. I read all of them. Drop a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.